love. Welcome back to Awakened and Rising. Every so often, I look to the stars and planets because, as they say, as above, below. And although we like to think that humans don't come with an instructions manual, I tend to differ. I often lean on my natal chart as a sort of guide to where I'm at during this time in my life and where I'm headed. Now, I'm no astrologer, but I love dabbling in it and finding the patterns and synchronicities it may offer. This is all in an effort to widen my perspective, to awaken my awareness and expand my consciousness to a higher state. So this month, we're diving deep on a planet that, whether you recognize it or not, is profoundly impacting all of us at this moment as we speak. In your personal life, globally, and in everything in between, Saturn has made some big moves lately, and there's a very good chance that you're feeling it. Saturn is the planet of boundaries, commitment, and soul-level responsibility. If you've ever heard people talk about their Saturn return, something that happens every 30 years when you're about to be 30, about to be 60, and you've wondered why it feels like a cosmic middle life crisis, there's a reason. Saturn is not here to play. It's here to help you grow, to help you remember what you came here to do and hold you accountable to it. And right now, we're in a really fascinating, rich season of Saturn energy. From March to late May 2025, Saturn was in Pisces. And as of now, in early June, Saturn will stay in Aries until September, then dip back into Pisces till February 2026. So we're in this back and forth dance right now, and I'd love to talk about what it means between the dream world and the battlefield, between surrender and action, between spiritual structure and fierce self-initiation. This movement isn't random, it's precise medicine and an intentional part of your soul's trajectory. So in today's episode, I want to break this down for you. Let's talk about what Saturn in Pisces may be waking up inside of you, and what Saturn in Aries is inviting you to claim. How all of this connects to your path as a conscious woman, a leader, a healer, the creatrix, and all-around powerhouse. So let's rewind to March 2025, because hindsight is 2020. That's when, for the first time in 30 years, Saturn moved into Pisces. And Saturn in Pisces is kind of a paradox. Saturn wants structure, systems, and commitment. Pisces wants flow, feeling, and transcendence. So what happens when the planet of boundaries dives into the ocean of the boundless? Well, it gets real weird and emotional and deeply spiritual. This transit has been asking you to take your inner world seriously, to build foundations for the unseen, to treat your intuition like an authority, to treat your dreams like they matter. Saturn in Pisces says you want to be a guide, a mentor, a leader, a teacher, a healer. Cool? Then show me the spiritual discipline. Show me the boundaries that let your energy be powerful, not leaky. Show me that your magic is grounded enough to be sustainable. This is about growing up spiritually, not in the performative love and light way, but in a mature, integrated, embodied way. It's the rise of the mystic who's also the mentor, the healer who's also the CEO, the woman who can be soft and structured at the same time. It's the rise of the harmonious blend. Go back and ask yourself, how did this show up in my life during the month of March? How did I want to find a sacred sweet spot where both my structured and soft side come through? Now, as of late May, Saturn into Aries brings a new layer to the story because Aries is fire. It's initiation energy. It's the archetype of the trailblazer, the leader, the one who says, I'll go first, I'll do this. When Saturn is in Aries, it's asking, are you ready to take radical responsibility for your identity? Are you willing to act on what you know now about yourself? Saturn in Pisces revealed what's real on the inside. Saturn in Aries asks you to build a life that reflects that truth. So we're reviewing, reclaiming, redefining. This is not about charging ahead blindly, taking action. It's about refining the foundation before the next forward leap. For many of you listening, this season may be bringing up old fears around identity. Maybe you're realizing you've built a business or life that no longer fits. Maybe you're feeling called to pivot, to release something, to show up in a new way, to stop hiding behind a brand or a title or a version of yourself that feels safe or felt safe in the past. This is Saturn's work. It's not comfortable, but it's powerful because it's shaping you into the person you're here to be as we move into the future. This moment, it's not a detour. It's not a breakdown. It's the turning point. It's the soul check-in. It's the moment you realize, oh, I'm not who I used to be. And now I have to build a life that honors this new version of me. Personally, I just completed my second Saturn return. Oh my God. And I have to tell you, it was not cute, but it was clarifying. I saw all the places I'd outgrown, all the illusions I was still trying to maintain, and I had to get radically honest, really start to tell the truth with myself about my new self. I had to make changes in my relationships, in my business, in my inner world. I had to start honoring the part of me that's here to lead from this sacred sweet spot of spirituality and strategy. Support and nurture what I wanted to create. This was an initiation. That's what Saturn asks of all of us. And when you say yes to it, life starts to click and change. Things feel aligned again. You stop chasing and you start anchoring. So let me leave you with a few questions that you can sit with as we move through this season. Where have I ignored my intuition, and what would change if I trusted it? What old identities or roles are dissolving, and can I surrender to that release? What new version of me is emerging, and what structures, belief structures, emotional structures does this new version need? Where am I being called to initiate, and am I ready to say yes, even if I'm scared? You don't have to figure it all out today, but know this, your soul is speaking. Saturn is listening. And if you're willing to do the inner work, you'll come out of this season stronger, clearer, and more you than ever before. I'm so proud of you. I'm in this with you. By the way, if this is a conversation you're enjoying and you want an even deeper dive, join my email newsletter list. Each week you'll get a channeled message that speaks directly to the changes and evolution we're all experiencing. This is a great way to stay connected to your spiritual journey, even in the midst of a busy week. Each channeled message comes with a private audio version, so you can listen while you meditate, walk, commute, and go about your day. Join us now at the link in the notes. And on the notes, I'll see you next week, where we'll talk more about Saturn in Pisces and what it's teaching us about devotion, softness, and the quiet power of spiritual discipline. Sending you lots of love and light.